Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Hakeem Dawodu up against Julian Erosa at UFC 279 this weekend. Hakeem, you're looking in fantastic shape in all your workout pictures. You're looking jacked. How's the health going?
Health's good, man. I'm feeling good. Just, gonna get this weight down. Um, and yeah, everything's looking good. UFC, they got the electric blankets. I never had that before. Usually they had that hot tent, but they got the electric blankets now. We're gonna have a few hot baths, and yeah, I'm gonna do a quick little hit some pads and shadow box tonight. So everything's looking good.
You won 6 of your last 7 fights. How massive was that last win for you?
It was definitely a win that was needed. I needed to get back on track. I had that loss to Masvar, which I'd love to get back. You know what I mean? He caught me at a good time, but I definitely would like to fight him in a 5 round fight and see what he's made of. But yeah, that last fight was definitely needed. Got me back on the winning tracks, and a win on Saturday will get me a top 15, but it should be top 10, but no less, either top 15, top 10 spot.
What do you make of Julian Erosa? He's got some good wins coming into this one. He's on a 2 fight win streak. The Darce choke against fellow Canadian Charles Jourdain. How big of a test is he?
It's definitely somebody I can't overlook. You know what I mean? He did, Darce choke Charles Jourdain. I also just saw Charles Jourdain just lost to Nathan Wood. That kind of surprised me. I didn't think it was going to go that way, but I think it's a good matchup for me. I think I got a lot of skills to beat him. I definitely think I'm the better fighter. I think I'm more skilled. I'm stronger. I'm faster. Um, I've looked into the past. He's had a couple of difficulties with guys that I've had no difficulties with. I saw that Julian Arce knocked him out, which I had no problem dealing with him. But I'm treating this like no other fight. I'm treating him as like he's the toughest opponent up to date. He's tall, he's lanky, but I have a lot of confidence coming in this fight.
When you had that loss to Evloev and you had some injury issues, how much did you look at your overall place in the sport and why you do this?
Well, at first I didn't really know how injured I was. Like when I went into that fight, I just thought I was injured. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until afterwards the fight that I found out I had a herniated disc in my neck in my C7. So, going into that fight, I knew I was injured, but I didn't know the extent of my injury in it, and it massively affected my training. I wasn't able to wrestle. I wasn't able to do my strength and conditioning. I was kind of just hitting pads lightly and trying to avoid injury. And sorry, you could definitely see it in the fight. But after dealing with the injury, coming back stronger, getting that win back, I'm not a man of excuses, but I definitely believe if I would have fought him not injured and 100%, it would have been a different fight. And even though I was only operating with one arm because my right arm I had it got weakened from the injury, I still dropped him in the last round and had him wobbling, and I felt him fading. So I would love to run that back when I'm not injured in a 5 round fight, and I definitely do think I beat him. And especially the way he was able to outbox Dan Ige. He wasn't trying to box me at all. So I definitely would like to run that back when I'm healthy.
When I look at your background on Wikipedia, it says that you started Muay Thai after juvie because it helped with your anger. How much does that kind of adversity early on, and then your Muay Thai, how much did that shape you and able to deal with these situations in the octagon?
It shaped me a lot. You know what I mean? Like before the Muay Thai, I was getting into street fights. I was in and out of juvie. I wasn't able to control my emotions. I was doing some things, that I shouldn't be doing. So it definitely taught me discipline, and it taught me how to be a man. It taught me how to be responsible, and it got me out of the street life that I was in. So it definitely it changed my whole life. And it's weird now. People kind of look up to me, and I got young kids, shooting me messages saying how they look up to me and all that. So it was definitely a big changer. And then now here I am in the UFC, and gonna be top 10 real soon.
You had a solid Muay Thai and kickboxing career. You completed out in Bangkok, Thailand as well. I saw, like, how cool was that part of your life, and what was it like for you competing out in Thailand, the home of Muay Thai?
It was really cool. Like it was definitely like my Muay Thai career. I went to a lot of interesting places. Like I found with the UFC, it's more like, I fight in the States, London, maybe Australia. But when I was fighting Muay Thai, it was like I was in Russia, I was in Germany, I was in Thailand, I was in Trinidad, I was in Russia, I was in Iran. So, the Muay Thai, it took me to a lot of very, kind of exotic places. And I definitely got well traveled and got to see a lot of styles, a lot of different fighting styles. So it was a definitely interesting part of my life. I saw a lot, I learned a lot, I got world traveled, and I just made me who I am today.
How legit is your Muay Thai in terms of the best Muay Thai practitioners in the UFC, do you think?
I was WMC world champion, so I definitely think I'm besides Valentina Shevchenko. I give a lot of respect to her because back in my amateur days, I used to see her at the IFMAs, the Muay Thai Olympics, and she'd win gold every year. So I definitely got a lot of respect for her. So she's got a lot of accolades. So but other than that, I think I'm top. I think I'm the number one. And I definitely the only reason why I switched from Muay Thai to MMA was I wanted a little bit more shine and I wanted to get more pay because the first time I won my world title, I got paid under $5,000. But I definitely think I'm the top Muay Thai guy in the UFC.
What do you think of this featherweight division? I know you're a Paradigm guy. I mean, if you look aside from Conor, they've got Yuri, they've got Israel, they've got so many stars. Do you sit down with
Got
your
Leon
team?
Edwards too.
Exactly. So do you sit down with your team and think, when are we getting this title? Have you planned out your trajectory?
Yeah, like I said, after a win over Julian Erosa, I'd like to fight, Korean Zombie, Ilya Tapora. I actually think me and Max Holloway stylistically would have one of the best fights, fight of the year. I'd love to get that going. But I see myself beating Julian Erosa, fighting the Korean Zombie, hopefully getting a fight with Max Holloway and then fighting for the title. And if not the title right away, I would not mind fighting Yair Rodriguez. I think I stylistically match up with him really good, and I can picture me putting him away.
The Korean Zombie may be coming towards the end of his career. The rumors is the UFC may be going back to Korea next year. So you're talking about traveling. Would that suit you, being kind of the away guy fighting on his home turf in Korea?
I have no problem going to Korea fighting on his home turf. I've never been, out of all the places, I actually haven't been to Korea yet. I think that'd be a good experience. I think that'd be good exposure for me. And I would love to, if it's one of his last fights, I would love to be one of those guys to see him on the way out.
I mentioned Conor when we're talking about Paradigm, but the title holder right now, Alexander Volkanovski, is he the greatest featherweight of all time for you?
For me, no. The greatest featherweight of all time, you still got to give it to Jose Aldo, then Max Holloway. And, you know, people can say what they want, but I think I'm a bad matchup for him. I think I'm too big for him. I think I'm too lengthy for him. I think he'd have to wrestle me. Even though Max had the height on him, Max only has a 69-inch reach. I got a 73.5-inch reach to 74-inch reach. I hit too hard. I'm too good. I'm too smart. I'm the least hit featherweight of all time. That's my stat. I think I'm a bad matchup for the champ. I really do.
Have you got a call out plan for this one?
Yeah, after this fight, I want to call out Korean Zombie. Of course, would love to be one of those guys to fight Paddy the Fatty. It'd be nice to move up to 155. Not cut so much weight. And once I'm in that top five, I think I match up good with anybody. Honestly,
Do you think Paddy's overrated?
definitely. He's overrated, but I guess he's funny. He's got a little bit of some kind of funny charisma to him. And I think that's why everybody wants to fight him because he's got the name, but a lot of people don't really believe in his skills.
How important is that side of the game, do you think? Do you recognize that?
No, it's definitely important. You know what I mean? Like it's at the same time we're fighters, but we're entertainers. So that is definitely something I want to start, showing the fans some more of my personality and just getting a bit more exposure. I'm one of them old school cats that don't really talk too much just because the way I was brought up. But it's definitely an important part of the game, and you can see it. People that that have that charisma, like, you know, Sugar Shane O'Malley and all that. The fans, they eat that up, even though it might not be like the real persona. It's still entertainment.
What do you think of the main event? Did Nate Diaz get done dirty in an interview? He said he did not want this fight. He still does not want this fight. He did not call for this fight, but he'll fight anybody. What did you make of that?
It's sad, you know. Nate Diaz, man. Like, how you not gonna love Nate Diaz, man? The guy's, you know, the win or lose, Nate. He's a funny guy. He's, you know, it'd be weird to see him fighting in any other organization, just because I've been watching him for so long. Him and his brother, definitely I've been, you know, used to look up to. He's got a real unique style. Just even the way he talks, it's iconic, you know. And if that's the truth, if that's really how it went down, that's sad, because he's done so much, and you look how many fans this guy's got. You think they would have, you know, wanted to give him another veteran like himself instead of feeding him to a young wolf. Because personally, I love me some Nate Diaz.
All right, nice one. To finish off, I'm just going to do a quick fire with you about some of your UFC colleagues. Okay, so just answer the first answer that comes into your head. So who's the hardest hitter in the UFC?
Mina Keem.
Who is the best striker?
I gotta say Mina Keem.
Who's the funniest?
The funniest? Ooh, I gotta say maybe Derek Lewis.
That's a good call. Who's the most annoying?
The most annoying fighter, maybe I'd say maybe Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Why do you say Sugar Sean?
I don't know. I just, you know, maybe I'm just hating on the dude a little bit, but you know, he you know, it depends. If he beats Peter Yan, you know, I'm with him. You know what I'm saying? But I just kind of felt he's a little bit overrated, kind of like Paddy Pimblett. You know what I mean? Just a little bit overrated.
Who is the hottest fighter?
Ooh, the hottest fighter in the UFC. I was I'm really bad with names. She just followed me on Instagram, but that one, she lost her UFC debut at 145. She was twerking on the last card.
Okay, cool.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
I forget her name.
I've forgotten her name as well.
I got her on Instagram here, but I don't want to leave the link here. But she caught my attention.
I should know the name. Who would make the best movie star?
I think, you know, I think either Derek Lewis or Conor McGregor, because I think they're just naturally that funny.
And who would you most like to have dinner with?
Who would I most like to have dinner with in the UFC? Probably Dana White.
That's a good call. Who's the best dresser?
The best dresser? I'm gonna give that to my boy Kamaru Usman. He definitely brings out the African culture. That's something that my grandpa's been asking me to do a lot. You know, he made a nice piece for me, a nice full Nigerian piece with our family colors in it, and I was actually gonna wear it, and I sat down and the crotch ripped. I couldn't even wear it, but yeah, the whole crotch ripped, and I didn't have time to get it sewed up. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Kamaru Usman. I really like the way he keeps it very cultural, and I respect that.
That's one for next time then. Who would you want by your side in a street fight?
In a street fight, who would I want by my side? I think the Diaz brothers would be G. And I think I'd also like to have maybe Israel Adesanya as well.
That's a good shout. And who would you want in your corner?
Are we talking fighters?
Yeah.
In my corner, you know, well, Izzy just hit me up. I'd love to have Izzy in my corner. He stays connected to me. He stays hitting me up. And Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, because I'm half Jamaican too. So those are my brothers. That's why I was kind of split on that fight. Everyone was like, who you going for? But I'm half Nigerian and half Jamaican. So I wasn't calling those sides. But those are the three guys I'd love in my corner.
Who's the best wrestler?
The best wrestler? So far, I don't know. This Hazmat guy looks like he's got some serious wrestling. I might have to give it to him for now.
Who would be the most fun on a night out?
The most fun on a night out? I would say the Diaz brothers. I think they know how to party, for real.
Who's the biggest villain?
The biggest villain? Right now, I think the biggest villain's probably Hazmat, to be honest. He seems like he's rubbing everybody the wrong way. I saw that little skit with him and Paulo Costa. So Yeah.
And who is your dream fight?
Dream fight, me and Alexander Volkanovski. I'd love to get a piece of him and just, you know, showcase my skills because I really think I match up well for him.
Me and Hakeem, maximum respect. It's good to see you, man. Good luck.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.